Greetings, geeks. Welcome to Geeks in Space. I'm Rob Commander Taco Malda. Happy to be here with the Tuesday News Orbit. Couldn't do it without Chris DeBona.
Hi.
Rob Roseboom.
Couldn't do it without me.
Nope, not a chance. Couldn't, wouldn't, shouldn't. All right. Let's see. We got a lot of things on the list today, but nothing is like super interesting. It's all just like fluffy, which maybe that's okay because, you know, we live in dark times and maybe we deserve some fluff.
Yeah, why not? Let's go with fluff.
Let's see. Just before we went up, I think Ambalu shared a video from a WandaVision episode 5 Commodore 64 scene analysis, and I just watched it, and it is the most gloriously nitpicky thing you've ever seen. He's got one part about how the spacing in the font for like the one shot.
It was wildly bad. I mean, anyone who saw the episode knows.
I loved it.
What's with the email program? What's with the font? What's with the everything? I don't
What's
even
with
have to
internet?
Watch the wacky 8-bit guide. You know,
So
analysis.
I watched it and I knew it was off, but I felt like it was inside of the realm of, you know, like, okay, I don't have any problem with this. And I know I draw a line in a nerdy, I draw the nerdy line, but I thought that it was fine. But this video is actually very funny because it is every possible nitpick you could imagine. He goes all the way in, and it's very funny. My favorite one is that there's an extra space between, I don't know if you can see it in the shot that you've got paused. There's an extra space between the number and the...
Hi, it's Rob.
Wow, between the number and the word in one row of text. Like, he's commenting on the space. It's awesome. But that made me very happy. Let's see, what else do we have? What did you guys think of last week's WandaVision?
I liked it.
It was fun.
But I think it goes to... It leans more towards... The story is just as simple as she is upset, and instead of some grand, you know, escapade.
Oh, I think she's being manipulated.
Okay.
That's just me. Although they did kind of nerf Agnes.
Yeah,
unless
Agnes is just a lady.
Yeah.
Maybe. I loved it.
Maybe.
I'm so happy.
Do you want me to come in again? Do you want me to do that again?
Maybe.
Do you want me to come in again?
Maybe.
Maybe.
So like
it's time for another Groundhog's Day.
Oh no.
No. Like, 'cause, you know, there's that scene. It's like episode 4 or 5 where she's like, "Oh, I screwed up that line. Do you want me to do it again?"
Yeah.
You know, and that's moderately interesting, but it felt a little like, oh, Hollywood loves talking about itself here. You know?
Sure. So. Now, I don't know. I love everything about it. I love that they're using the space provided to them by a 10-episode show to tell a story you could never tell in a movie, and it makes me very, very, very happy. Rob, were you the one that shared the story of the life under a half mile of ice?
No, that was Chris.
Was that Chris? That's a good one.
But I read it. Yeah.
The video at the top is really cool.
That one there. Here we go. Wow.
Like,
I wonder if it sounds like that guy skating over the ice. Pew, boo, boo.
You know, it'd be cool to synchronize that, like have this view, but with those sound effects.
Yeah, for sure.
So for me, the new life, while it's kind of interesting, they found strange ecosystems in the Antarctic before, you know, that run on sulfur and those sorts of things. The parts of the story that are most interesting to me was that all the life is oriented horizontally instead of up and down, because that's where nutrients are coming from. They're coming from the water instead of dropping. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And that, you know, they were digging not to find this rock, but just to take a bit of sediment. And of all the places, you know, like they just happened to drill right on top of a rock. Like, what are the chances?
Lucky.
Yeah,
it's very lucky.
That was a cool story. It's still continues to amaze me, and I know it shouldn't because I know the math, but it always amazes me that it seems like every time we drill down somewhere, we find something.
And we release a demon who tries to take over the planet. But past that, the space vampires that we find are also very disturbing. But then you have these cool organisms.
Occasionally, mermaid cult.
Yep.
Yeah, don't forget the mermaid cults. Yeah. They always get so upset when you dig into their burial grounds. You know?
That's true. But, I mean, where else are you going to go to resurrect your dead pets?
It's true.
Sometimes they come back different.
Wait, are mermaids your pets? Is that okay? I think you might get canceled for that, Rob.
The mermaid pet cemetery is better because then everything is confined to an aquarium. So as long as you don't get near the aquarium, you're relatively safe. So
that makes sense.
I think there was a sea turtle that made it to 186 last week. You know, it's 186th birthday, and he looks very old. But I'm picturing like, do 186-year-old turtles, if you put them in a pet cemetery after they die, you know, is that a thing? I don't know. I don't know the rules.
They threw him a birthday party, immediately had a heart attack and died.
Can you imagine?
So sad. Let's see.
I'll find the tortoise story. This is clearly very important.
Oh, critical. What else?
189-year-old tortoise.
Well, that's different. I mean, at that point, how do you even live? Because like you can't have an IRA anymore. Like the government would have forced you to withdraw. You take all your withdrawals.
The tortoise government.
Yeah. Well, maybe they have a different. Maybe they have different rules.
Of the tortoises. Okay.
Well, you assume they, dabbled in silver and gold back in the day.
Yeah.
They're just living on that now. At least that's what I would assume.
Right. I mean, if they just like invested in some good old fashioned S&P stocks, back 150 years ago, they'd be great.
Oh, that's hilarious! And it turns out he's a gay tortoise. Who knew?
Let's see.
It seems like we're putting human sexual roles onto the good tortoise.
Oh, but look at him.
Yeah, there you go. He doesn't look a day over 107.
That's true. Very healthy. So there's a story how the dinosaurs died, and they've done the math on this one, and this is just they're pretty sure now that it was a comet from the Oort cloud. I thought that was kind of neat.
That's really there's no new information about how they died. It's just really they figured out, they think exactly what hit the Earth and where it was from. Because there's always debate.
I think it was one of those times when you guys really need to read the article because, it turns out it was cholesterol from all the dinosaur eggs. They're really, really big, and so that's a lot of, plaque coating that comes from their omelets, If you make sure to eat the whites, there's proteins there that help regulate that extra cholesterol. Oh, really? Is there good and bad dinosaur cholesterol? I guess there must be.
I'm sure.
Sure. What do you think a dinosaur puts in their omelet? Their scrambles.
Small mammals.
Yeah, probably
like ankle-sized.
Sprinkle on some mammals.
Big ferns, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. A lot of them were vegetarian. So, well, the question is, were there vegan dinosaurs? Because then they wouldn't be eggs.
Yeah. Well, I guess Brontosaurus ain't a Brontosaurus anymore. Allosaurus?
Well, those are vegans.
Allosaurus is a carnivore.
But I mean, do they not eat cheese?
Yeah.
Are they pescatarian?
What did they decide? What did Brontosaurus become?
In fact, a Patasaurus.
Patasaurus.
What we found from this tortoise is they were gay. I mean, dinosaurs had a lot of variability. I think this is we should celebrate it.
100 million years ago, they were partying.
Yeah.
Party dinosaurs, man.
For real.
Cheese loving party dinosaurs.
If they hung around long enough, they could play video games with pigs.
Yes. So pigs are playing video games. Is this trying to make me not eat pork? I mean, what's the goal here?
Pigs are smart, man.
Oh, God. That is really a disgusting joystick, though. I mean, look at that thing. They have. Is that an M&M? There's an M&M.
They use their snout to move it. So.
Yep.
Do they get M&Ms if they do things? Is that the idea?
It looks that way, doesn't it? That was their reward.
So,
like I said in the channel, I'm just waiting for one of these guys to get really good and just start owning people on Call of Duty. I mean,
Right?
it is embarrassing enough to get slaughtered by a 10-year-old.
Yep.
Imagine getting slaughtered by a pig.
Right?
Yeah.
I screwed your mom! Snort, snort.
Yeah.
N-word. China's the best.
Oh, God.
Pig's racist? I don't know.
Our pig's racist.
I mean, in all fairness, they have now for
all pigs are
centuries.
bastards.
For centuries, they've been domesticated and eaten by us.
Yeah,
So they have a
probably don't
legit.
like us much.
I guess that would make you racist.
They have a legit reason to fear man.
Yeah. I like this line. Still, pigs are no match for humans when playing games.
That's right.
Thank you.
They,
Well, then we might as well eat them. Yeah.
we should.
If they can't beat me in chess, I'm making bacon out of them. for
Well,
sure.
Chris has the Whopper up, so really the next mission is to have the pigs play the Whopper at tic-tac-toe.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. Well, the Whopper is known for its love of bacon, so
It's powered.
It's a penance.
It's powered by pork rind.
It's just powered by it's chitlins, really. Chitlins and trotters.
He just uses all parts of the pig.
They're not playing Minecraft, but they can manipulate a situation to get a reward. Is no surprise at all.
So really, this is like the water drinking, the dipping thing, pressing the button. It's at that level.
All I know is
I wonder if
that,
this is my friend.
all I know is that they always choose Bo Jackson when they play Tecmo Bowl, so they
Yep.
know.
Yep. Same reason that they're always playing. Who is it? Eddie, Mr. Kick.
Yeah, Eddie.
Ugh.
They always choose the Raiders when they're playing Tecmo Bowl,
Yeah.
so they know
Yeah.
what's up.
Yeah. They read a fac, and now they're ready to
Wait,
win.
pigs are reading facts now? Ugh, we're never gonna get anything done.
Well, they're playing video games. Who knows what they're going to do next?
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably come up with fancy toilets.
Well,
Oh, thank goodness Parler's back.
yep. Parler's back.
Yeah.
Where did they end up hosting? Some Russian servers?
I would assume. I didn't see where they actually get their hosting.
Let's see.
Can you imagine wanting to be on that service now, like knowing that it's running through another country?
I'll be able to tweet with Tucker Carlson. Racist stuff.
Hey, do you hate other races? Me too.
Let's go to Parler.
Parler. I'm sure that much legitimate discussion occurs on Parler.
Well, it's like any cult, right?
Yeah.
Once you factually prove that it's wrong or what you believe, once you prove that the storm is not happening when QAnon thought it was going to happen, instead of not believing, they just get even more convinced that all that stuff is going to happen.
Blue says it's Sky Silk is the new host.
No, Epic. This is so. Can I just tell you something?
Hit me.
Sammamish, Washington is 10 miles that way. It's like, great. Put on there for Washington State, everybody.
You really know how to choose where to live, man.
Well,
But in all
I
fairness,
probably always lived in places where there are racists. I mean,
in all fairness, Rob, don't we live pretty near the cryogenic stasis dude?
We do.
wait, which one? Because we have a cryo facility not far from here too, in Eastern Washington.
It's actually like one of the big three.
Well, there's Alcor in Arizona or New Mexico.
Right, Alcor is the biggest one.
Yeah, that's the
This
big
is
one.
the second biggest one. It's the one run by the guy who basically is the grandfather of cryogenics.
Yeah, are you really a grandfather if you're frozen in time forever?
I think so. I think you always stay a grandfather.
Grand popsicle.
It's like it's not enough. It doesn't get undid,
Yeah.
even should horrible things happen.
It's the Cryonics Institute. That's what it is.
Epic is run by Rob Monster, a 53-year-old Dutch American.
That's
Rob
kind of a great
Monster.
name. Rob, do you want a dice for us to see which one of us gets to take his
Edinger.
power?
Edinger, that's the name of the guy who invented
Ah,
started
okay.
the craze. So anyway, his son runs or at least ran the Chronics Institute when I went there to talk to him. Got a tour of the facility. It's a really weird place because it's like just like, you know, one of those strip mall-esque industrial sites, like, you know, a storefront or an old warehouse. It doesn't even look like a warehouse area. There's a nice little office. Then you go in the back and there's an infusion table for you to drain all the liquid out of someone and fill them full of antifreeze, and a whole bunch of vats where people were.
Yep, they call it the plausible deniability chamber.
They had, when I was there, I think they had something like 12 or 16 people and 4 dogs, because there was a bunch of people who decided to go the Egyptian route and, you know, take their pets with them.
Canopic pooch.
Oh, wait. I got it wrong. Sammamish isn't Suquamish. Suquamish is 10 miles from here. Sammamish is over past Microsoft.
Oh, you're safe then.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, no, that's good because, you know, I'm pulling fiber to the house, and I didn't want my fiber to be the same fiber that was going to get cut off because it's got Gab on it or something. You know, or Parler.
You don't want to be the next click down.
Yeah, no, seriously.
The next stop on the track.
But this jerk's not even in my counties. This is great.
Oh, you're fine.
This is good. This is good news. This is good news, everybody.
Excellent.
The best news about Parler I've heard all day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Of course, the worst news about Parler all day is that, you know, they got more hosting. But, you know, I also hope that maybe they have a CTO that makes a system capable of not just having all of their data spill out.
Well, you know, is it the end of the world, really?
I mean, not for me.
Not me. Not me. I would like all that data to be as unsecure as possible. Thank you.
Right? I have a feeling that the people who needed that information were able to get it. Even without. Let's see. There's the Jupiter story. Where is it? Half Mile Ice. I watched last night Star and Barb go to Del Mar or something. It's being advertised to death. It's actually quite funny. If you're looking for like a very, very, very dumb, funny movie, it's Kristen Wiig, and if you can handle Kristen Wiig, she's doing kind of the Austin Powers thing where she's playing the good guy and the bad guy, and her villain character is just insane and very amusing to watch. And the male lead has a solo in it, a singing solo, where he basically busts out the sort of the female ballad equivalency in like every Disney movie where the girl sings about her feelings like at full belt. He's got a whole sequence where he sings like that, and it is so funny. So if you're looking for a dumb movie,
A feel good dumb movie.
because you're stressed out with life.
I like Kristen Wiig. I find her delightful. I think she's one of the funnier people to come out of SNL.
Yeah, I gotta agree. You know, I mean, she's not. Honestly, I felt that she was done wrong in Wonder Woman. You know, She was good up until the dumb cat butt scenes. You know,
Kate McKinnon is also. I think
She's next level.
Yeah,
she's okay. I think Kristen Wiig is actually more flexible. I think she's a better actor.
Oh yeah,
you know?
Kate McKinnon, I think, is sort of bucketed in what she does, but what she does is fabulous.
She's more of a Jim Carrey type. You put her in and let her be weird.
And you hope she isn't an anti-vaxxer, exactly.
Right. But Kristen Wiig plays she plays kind of the straight man in a lot of her movies too. Like she can be the straight person, but like quirky, but still the compelling lead. In this movie,
controversial opinion, I bet you she's a lot like Adam Sandler, where you're like, you think about her as a comedic actor, and then bam, they'll do an Uncut Gems, and you're like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
The movie, I think it's called Rain on Me or Rain Over Me, where he plays a man whose family was killed in 9/11.
Yep.
Is fantastic.
I really like Punch Drunk Love.
Yeah, he's just in so many kind of crappy, stupid Netflix comedies that people are like, Adam Sandler movie, but he actually has chops.
Yeah,
Did you see Uncut Gems?
that's a rough one. I don't know that I've ever seen a movie that managed to sustain that level of anxiety in me for the entire movie.
It reminded me of a more actiony version of Leaving Las Vegas, right? Because it's about a man who is completely self-destructive, and it's not going to end well.
And he's going to take out as many of his loved ones with him. It's just like, oh man.
I need to rewatch Punch Drunk Love. That's I remember enjoying it. I wonder if I still would.
That's very quirky, which is right up my alley. I love the quirky comedies.
For sure. Kristen Wiig is really good in this, and it's weird. It's the weirdest movie I've seen in a long time. And I'm not going to give it 5 stars or anything, but if you got yourself a nice tall glass of liquor and just want to laugh at something stupid, not even Step Brothers, weird, but because this movie has an element of sort of a little bit closer to Austin Powers, just in being it's really two weird characters plopped into a almost magically weird world. I recommend it for dumb fun. What else do we have?
Hey, did you see Promising Young Woman yet?
No.
That is hard. It's a hard movie. It's good. It's really, really good, but it's a hard movie. Yeah, this is the one with Carey Mulligan as a woman getting a fair amount of revenge.
All right.
But it's not just
better than Peppermint
movie. Oh no, it's a million. Peppermint was terrible, but
Hard Candy.
Ooh.
I actually haven't seen Hard Candy, so yeah.
Hard Candy is better than Peppermint.
There's a lot of things that are better than Peppermint, though, so
yeah, just not watching anything and staring at a wall for 2 hours.
Yeah, it's got Bo Burnham in it. I
like Bo Burnham.
If you know who that is, he's really good. But yeah, it's a hard movie, but it's really good.
Bo Burnham directed.
The ending is going to really is going to piss you off.
Bo Burnham directed a movie called 8th Grade, which is really good if you're wanting to feel horrible about middle schoolers. Really, it is good.
Well, middle schoolers are monsters.
Dude. No, I mean it's it'll make you empathize so powerfully with these kids. It's impressive. I just watched yesterday one called Synchronic. And it's got Anthony Mackie in it. And
so I'm sure it's terrible.
It's got a dumb sci-fi premise that's really cool. The sci-fi premise basically is you have a time traveling pill. And Anthony Mackie's character is dying, so he, without fear, will take the time traveling pill in order to rescue somebody who overdosed on the time traveling pill and try to get them back. And it has one sort of fundamental flaw, which is why are you always time traveling to places where crazy things are happening? That doesn't seem plausible because you're not choosing your landing point. You're just always landing somewhere interesting.
And all of them are in the same spot in Vancouver. No.
I mean, the premise of it is that the place or the time you land is connected to the place you are when you depart. When the drugs kick in. It's one of those things where the sci-fi premise is actually pretty fun. And you should watch it and enjoy it. It's a real easy watch.
Let me ask you a question. So I've been trying to finish Outside the Wire. I cannot help but fall asleep.
It's rough
during it. Does it get better? Because I'm halfway through it and it's just so dull. I'm in that part where he's talking about his girlfriend. I bet you're a cheater, and I'm like, where the hell did this line come from? This is dumb.
That movie is it also has a reasonable sci-fi premise, but I think it would have been a better episode of a show. It would have been a good 1 hour episode of some sort of anthology series or something, a Twilight Zone or something, and not a whole movie because they padded it out with 30 or 40 minutes of stuff that I don't care about. But this movie, Synchronic, I actually, like, I kind of wish they would have got to the sci-fi premise a little earlier and played with it a little more, because it's interesting. It's worth a watch. It's no 5-star masterpiece, but it's a good sci-fi premise episode.
As good as like not Bloodsport. What was the name of the one? Bloodshot.
Oh, you mean the one with Vin Diesel?
Yeah,
that's not a good movie.
It's not a good movie, but it's watchable. Right?
Okay.
Just saying. Kinda. It's kind of watchable. And the other one he did, not him. Was it him? I don't know. It was
The Last Witch Hunter.
No, it was a Jordan Peele movie that he did before Get Out, or his
The one about the
Monkey
cat?
Paw did. What? The cat? What cat?
There's a Jordan Peele movie about
Keanu.
a cat.
Keanu.
Wonder Woman?
Yeah. Keanu.
You should watch Keanu. It's really funny. It's dumb.
Oh, the cat one. Yeah, no, I bet you that one's sweet.
I mean, it very much feels like a coda to the Key and Peele show.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's do something before we move on with our lives. And it's got some funny jokes, but no masterpiece, but it's a good movie to have a scotch with and laugh. And
Upgrade. Was it
Upgrade. No, Upgrade is an awesome movie.
Yeah, I like Upgrade.
Yeah, I like Upgrade a lot too.
I actually have like a whole stack of movies that I need to watch. There's been a plethora of films showing up.
I really liked Upgrade.
Upgrade. Did you ever see how they did some of the camera work in that?
No.
So they do all these really crazy shots because he's out of control and like he's being controlled by the machine, and they do all these weird things where the camera is locked to his person. And the way that they did it, there's this one shot where the camera like twists as he stands up, and the way that they did it was they had the camera like in a ring, like a mechanized ring, and they had an iPhone in his pocket with the sensor, and all they did was they pulled him up with a wire, and they had the camera perfectly syncs around the ring. It's like a cheap effect. They did it really cheap, and it looks so cool.
Yeah, I really liked the look of Upgrade. They did a great job. It kind of reminded me of like, those early days of The Evil Dead, where he would like say, well, what if we put a camera on a rope and swung it between two trees?
Right.
And got these great shots, and you're like, yeah,
they didn't for that movie they put a camera on like a board or something on a 2x4 so they could like get all those low running shots, and then they like the Coens they reused it for the Coen brothers movies and stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of great.
Because Barry Sonnenfeld wasn't he their DP?
Oh, well, that would make a lot of sense, huh?
They all worked together.
Carry that kind of shot work in the Addams Family and the rest. So.
Talented.
Yeah.
Anybody else have anything fun on the list?
I've been watching The Flight Attendant, but that's not really science fiction.
I watched the first episode of it. Does it get better?
It does, actually.
Okay.
The first episode, I was like, The second, we're on like episode 6, Christine and I, and it's not terrible.
I couldn't stand her as a character.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
She is rough to root for.
Yeah.
And that doesn't get better.
Not at all. We watched the whole thing. It's fine.
Oh, you watched the whole thing?
Yeah, it's fine. It just... Yeah, I have a hard time believing that mess of a person could actually live, through all those things.
That said, we know a few of those.
Yes, and they would not make it through what she does.
Well, what I'm trying to figure out is if the guy who played the boyfriend in the very beginning, who gets I'm not spoiling anything.
Spoiler for episode 1.
Episode 1, minute 1. The guy who plays Alex Sokolov. He's also the guy from Game of Thrones and like a bunch of other stuff. He was in Orphan Black. I'm like, is he just like the designated boyfriend right now? Is that what's going on here? I'm wondering if he wants to go full like Ned and be the guy who dies and everything, but
That could be
For
Stark
me,
a Stark
I wish-
choice.
I wish she was
a Stark.
even more of a screw up, and most of these things happen just she was extremely lucky, or she really buckled down and actually figured stuff out good. She was too in the middle for me. I wanted more extremes
Yeah.
from her, but having said that, it was fine.
Indeed. Has anybody got anything else cool?
Nothing cool.
I'm almost done with season 2 of The Expanse, and I'm really enjoying it now.
Okay, good. I'm glad you've-
I watched season 1 twice, and
hard to get through.
there's just too much talking about stuff I don't care about.
It's a lot of sort of setup and
Yeah.
a lot of characters to remember. And
Well, once they get the the protoculture or whatever, like once that's a thing,
Molecule.
once that's part of the story, I've been enjoying it a lot more.
Well, if you lived through season 1, you've lived through the worst of Miller. So it's all uphill from here, man. Or downhill from there. Yeah.
Is Miller the one with the shaved side of his head, the detective guy?
Yeah.
I hated him.
Yeah, he's miserable.
And he had a lot of screen time.
Way too much. They're like, well, let's hang it on the Punisher. It's like, no, don't. I mean, and the thing is, the other actors, especially in the first season, they take some getting used to. But, man, Amos, honestly, Amos saves that show for me. When I was ready to stop,
Amos pulls you back in.
I got more Amos. Yeah. So
I'm for me, I have a really hard time with a show that's just politics, and this show is so much the three factions or whatever jockeying for position. That's hard for me to be excited about. So once the show actually starts having stakes, I guess, instead of people just jockeying for power, it seemed way more fun.
yeah, I get you. Sorry, I have to do something over here.
Do it. Look at the side of your head. Look at that receding hairline.
Oh God, I am losing so much hair. I'm just gonna blame COVID.
That's fair. Hey, I actually read an article yesterday about the Windows Return Day.
The Windows refund.
That was it was on Hacker News yesterday because it's the
that.
15th was the anniversary, and the 21st year, 22nd year. Not a round number anniversary, but you got name checked in there. Lots of good VA T-shirts.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Don Marty had a picture, I think, in there.
Oh my God. That was a fun stunt, and we did a lot of T-shirts with that. So
Got a lot of news coverage too.
that was before I knew you all, I think.
Might have been. We met at ALS in '99, right?
Yeah, but I had sent you hardware when you started falling over before that. So
That's probably that seems right.
we had junky hardware lying around, and I was like, these guys smell like they need some hardware.
We absolutely did. Cause Jesus, someday I'll log that story. Someday I'll log that story. All right, folks, we're out of things to say. So,
Yeah, we're just yammering at this point.
well, goodbye, Chris DeBona.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, Rob Roseboom.
see ya.
I'm Rob Commander Taco Malda. This has been episode 579 of Geeks in Space. We'll see you tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. We're watching Screamers.